Is the idea of rebirth and past life real?
Essentially, you're asking what happens after death.
Yes.
Some things you know best only by experience.
When I was at my Vipassana retreat, I came out thinking, what if I go crazy?
Were you drunk in the Vipassana?
No.
One meditate, another drinks. Both were tried for the same reason. If boundaries are not broken, nothing new will happen. Food and sleep are the biggest compulsions of human existence right now.
I'm addicted to dosas.
I can see that. Suppose I make you in such a way, you sit here, food doesn't matter, you've broken some barrier, isn't it?
Agreed. Is prayer and meditation the same thing?
Prayer means you're trying to talk to God. I'm bad at my work, dear God, be with me when I'm doing this podcast. You did that and came or what? No. Okay.
I forgot about it. It would have gone probably a lot better, right?
If you shut up, that's called meditation.
How do I conceptualize enlightenment?
Walk one step at a time.
One step at a time.
If I give you a method, this method is constantly releasing you from one little boundary to the next boundary and the next boundary, and where you can open up to the whole universe. Interested?
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Namaskaram.
I'll probably situate my question in a little bit of a personal context. I've practiced Vipassana for about 4 or 5 years. I started right before the pandemic. The pandemic was its own thing. And then I was back.
Oh, you were the one who caused it.
They say so. There are rumors to that effect. Only last year when I was at my Vipassana retreat for 10 days, I came out it was a very overwhelming experience. Almost out of, like I couldn't control the amount of emotion and sensation and all that was happening in me. And I didn't, even if I tried to just watch it, it would not happen. Long story short.
First of all, let's settle this.
Yes, sir.
You want to be controlled or liberated?
Liberated.
Then why are you talking about I couldn't control?
I just remember constantly feeling a fear I couldn't even neutrally observe from a distance. Like it was so overwhelming. And
no, that's because you're a control freak. You want to control everything.
And you say just feel the fear?
No, I'm not saying anything. All I'm asking is, do you want this mind and this life to be controlled or liberated? Liberated.
Yes.
So if it's liberated, what it means is it'll cross boundaries that you're familiar with. So if anything within you goes into unfamiliar terrain, if you're going to suffer that, all the best.
If I'm going to try and control, I will suffer that. I did see that.
No, if you control that, what it means is you want to remain in familiar terrain.
Fair.
That means you like to be a prisoner. See, it is like this. You take a bird, imprison it in a cage, daily feed it nicely and make it fat little bird, all right?
Right.
And then one day you open the door, the damn thing won't fly. Because free food is coming, it's sitting in the cage, safe, no predators, no nothing, happy. Happy or not, fat is happy, Lot of fat gathers in you, you lose interest in everything. I'm not talking about just physical fat,
Yeah, psychological fat.
Bulk gathers in you, then you feel substantial but inadequate.
I see that from your standpoint, this grammar applies.
Not my standpoint, I'm asking you as life. I'm not expressing my opinion, I'm just asking you, is it true that if you become excessively comfortable in a given place, even if you have the opportunity to walk away into another land, you won't go because, okay, food is coming, I'm comfortable, why go anywhere?
I agree. But the experience itself had no element of comfort and the overwhelm was so strong, I came out thinking, what if I go crazy? Like, what if this is…
Why are you not going crazy? That's what I'm asking.
Sadhguru, I have a family to take care of, no? I'm speaking from the viewpoint of everybody who's watching, for whom this language is mystical, to say the least, right?
No, let me come to this. See, crossing boundaries always will create something. You see, just yesterday I was in the HAL airport where they were testing one of our fighter jets. That doesn't, usually cross the Mach. If an airplane just goes by faster than sound above us, boom, it'll explode. Maybe glass panes will break here. Nothing. There's no explosion. There's no explosive involved. Nothing caught fire. Nothing happened. Just the speed. Something broke. Something broke its limits. Boom. So if you break your limits, something boom will happen within you. That's what you're reading that book. It's called Enlightenment. All right?
Right.
So you don't want any boom to happen. Even creation wouldn't have happened if there was no big boom or bang, whatever you want to call it. So right now, if something more than what you are needs to happen, something must break, isn't it? Hello?
Fair.
Some boundary must be broken. If boundaries are not broken, nothing new will happen. That is why people are safe and secure, but they're bored to death about their lives.
I follow. Do I need a support in this breaking, in this crossing of boundaries?
If there is support, you wouldn't have that fear.
I would probably have less of a fear, yes.
If you were crossing the boundary and boom happened, if I was standing there, you know I am in that place and I am fine.
Right.
Would that give you reassurance or no?
I think so, yes.
You boomed and nobody there. Of course you're scared.
And you're silent and you can't even talk, right? You know, in that circumstance.
You could scream, nobody would stop you.
Right. So having a support would help.
Don't call it support. See, right now, I jumped off the mountain and started flying. I told you how to do it. But if I didn't fly ahead of you and I say, you do all this, you can fly, would you ever take off?
No, probably not, yes.
We've had this, I was a hang glider pilot at one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
I still have my hang glider, musty and unmaintained, still sitting in my house. So, we go to this place called Ullatti in Ooty. Nilgiris, you've been there?
Probably not, but I've heard of, as a kid, Ooty,
There's
yes.
a place called Ullatti, where the drop is about 600, 700 feet, and the wind comes and it's going up like this. It's a surefire flying place. That is, if you jump, it'll just throw you up. 100, 150 feet up, you'll go just like that. Instead of going down, you go up. You know that's how the wind will work. If you throw a piece of paper, boom, it'll go up. So your hang glider also will go up. But most of them spend a whole day. They will gather their courage, scream, "Ah!" and come and last minute stop. Because when you look down… But a more experienced hang glider pilot takes off and boom, he goes away. Then the next guy gets little. Okay, after all, he didn't get killed, so you will fly. This is just like that.
Yeah.
Somebody is already there. Doesn't it make it so much easier? Nobody is there. It's hard, isn't it?
Right, yes.
Unless you are totally crazy.
Yes. Unless you have really nothing to lose in your head.
There's nothing to lose actually. What have you got?
I'd like to think I have my family.
We'll see. I'm not saying… it's an arrangement that you make for your well-being. Let it go well. It's my blessing that everything should go well. We build a building because we need a shelter. We build a kitchen because we need food. Similarly, we need family for our emotional and our well-being. Whatever, this is our life. Nothing wrong. It must be managed well, and it is to be kept well. I hope it happens wonderfully, all right? But you're still alone, isn't it, within you?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's the greatest privilege you have. Nobody else can enter you. You have your own space and time. Doesn't matter how involved you are, how engaged you are with the world around you. You may call it family, you may call it friend, you may call it workplace, you may call it world, general world, doesn't matter. But involvement makes you feel like it's one, which is wonderful. What this means is, what was not you, you're trying to make it a part of you. This is yoga. Yoga means union.
Yes.
You sit here, what is not you becomes a part of you. Because your individuality is a myth that is created by your mental structure. The amount of memory you carry, that is the size of your world, isn't it?
Agreed.
So right now, suddenly you're in love with a girl, you put her into your memory in a prominent place, suddenly she's a part of you. Yes or no?
Yes.
But when you sleep, do you sleep alone or is there somebody inside of you?
No.
You sleep alone?
Yes.
The same will happen when you die. I'm saying,
Right.
all right?
Yeah, I follow.
The same is happening even now. This doesn't mean the other is not valuable. You must see everything for what it is and make it valuable. You should not lie to yourself and to make it valuable. You don't add lies to make it valuable. In reality, everything is valuable. This coconut tree is valuable. You may not climb it, but it's valuable as a life if you pay enough attention. Similarly, you may marry a coconut tree one day. In India, they marry trees, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm saying it's your involvement. Your involvement makes another person feel like he or she is a part of you. And that's fantastic, because that's a small-scale yoga. We want you to feel this way about the whole cosmos, that you experienced the whole cosmos as yourself. Then it's fantastic. So somewhere, some possibility like that you came. Were you drunk in the Vipassana?
No.
No. Okay, very good.
I don't enjoy alcohol nearly as much. Okay.
No, because both were tried for the same reason, I want you to understand. One goes to the temple, one meditate, another drinks, another drugs. For what? To break limitations, isn't it? Question is about what is the right method, what works really, what doesn't work. It's about that. The question is not about intent. Everybody's intent is same. They may be doing it in crude ways, in ignorant ways, but intent is same. People want to break their limitations, isn't it?
Yes.
You can call it love. What is it? You broke your limitations.
Right.
You are like this, now little bit, something opened up.
Yes.
You call it drink, something opens up. An idiot who can't sing in the bathroom starts singing on the street. All right?
Right.
Because it loosens him up.
Right.
So I am saying you're trying to do it in simplistic ways, which can work for a little bit of time and go back. If I give you a method where you can sit here, no need to do anything, simply you can open up to the whole universe. Interested?
Yeah.
But no, you're not, because if you step there, nothing to hold. In the middle of the universe, what to hold? But if you see me floating there, then you're okay. That guy is also in trouble, let me also get into it.
This breaking of limitation, is that what is commonly referred to as enlightenment? This ultimate act of breaking through…
It's called mukti.
Mukti. But isn't mukti more closer to enlightenment post-death? Like, I've always heard of mukti as mukti from the body as well.
Yes. You can also be free from the body even when you sit here. Can you not be?
I don't know how to conceptualize being free from the body. What does it look like?
We were telling you, dhyana means a little bit space between you and the body.
Sure. So I can…
If you can consciously create space, we call it dhyana. If unconsciously you became separate from the body, we call it mrityu, death.
But I think I still did not probably get the answer to my question, which is, how do I conceptualize enlightenment? Is it the act of doing your everyday just consciously? That's it?
See, how do you conceptualize something which is not yet in your experience? I'll tell you one thing. Let's say you've not eaten gulab jamun. I will say, that gulab jamun is brown, open is somewhat beige.
Yes.
It's sweet, it's like this. You get it?
Right.
Like this. You got the taste?
I mean, because I've had it, I can probably…
No,
imagine
you
the taste,
never
but
had it. You've not seen it.
Yeah, then I cannot imagine the taste.
So I'm saying something as simple as something that you eat. You cannot know it without you having tasted it.
Sure.
Then enlightenment, you want to conceptualize? Can you conceptualize gulab jamun? You cannot. You think whichever way you want, it will not be that way, isn't it?
Right.
So human experience, you must understand everything that you know is only by memory. You remember things. Maybe not very perfectly, maybe vaguely, but it's there in your experience. And that's all you know. Do you know anything else?
No.
So when you're talking about enlightenment, we are talking about breaking that bubble, that boundary of memory which limits us to go beyond that. So, how to conceptualize that? No, you cannot conceptualize. If you conceptualize, you will make a mistake, so better not conceptualize.
Sure.
Walk one step at a time.
One step at a time.
See, right now if I teach you that if you sit here, there are cycles of body, you have to eat, you have to go to the bathroom, you have to do this, do that. Suppose I make you in such a way, you sit here, food doesn't matter, sleep doesn't matter, you have no need to go to the bathroom. You sat here for 10 hours, 12 hours a day. You've broken some barrier, isn't it?
Agreed.
Because food and sleep are the biggest compulsions of human existence right now.
Fair.
Once you cross a certain time, sleep and food will rule your life. Everything is organized around that. Please see the whole society. It's all about food, isn't it?
Yes.
How you organize your food.
Right.
Which has gotten more and more fancy as it goes by, but that's all it is.
Right.
So, if you go beyond these compulsions and you can… It's not that you stop eating, but it's not that compulsive anymore. If that much happens, have you broken something?
Yes.
Yes. So when you talk about ultimate freedom, don't try to conceptualize freedom because you'll end up with wrong ideas. You only have to look at what is binding you. So you want to become free, don't think of freedom. What are the ropes which are binding you right now? You cut this rope, you'll become little free. Then you find you have a little longer rope and that is binding you. You cut that rope and the next one. If you slowly cut one rope at a time, or if you're capable of burning all of them at once, that's different, that takes a lot more. But at least one rope at a time, you become little more free, little more free, little more free. And something else was determining the nature of your experience. And that'll go away. Right now, I am happy or unhappy is ruled by who is around me, what is happening, what is not happening, what do I have, what do I don't have. Suppose, without all those things, if I can just sit here joyfully, is there some amount of freedom?
Sure, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, today I can show you, there are dozens of people here in the yoga center. In the last 5, 10, more than that also, years, not for one moment they have any idea of what is stress, what is anxiety, what is fear, what is anger, these things not there in them. Not because they're sitting in a mountain cave and simply sitting, no, they're all doing complex activity, much more than most people. And we give them only 2 meals a day. Many of them only 1. Okay? And they're fine. You call this freedom?
Yeah. Sure.
That's all. Something else does not determine how you are. You decide how you are. This is freedom, isn't it?
Fair.
We're always thinking of freedom in arrangements around us. I want to have this, I want to have that. We started a movement called Inner Freedom for Imprisoned. It's mandatory in all the South Indian prisons. We also did this in United States in some of the prisons. When I first went to conduct the first program in Coimbatore Central Prison, see, prison is a very organized, nice place. I'm saying this very consciously. Outwardly, if you go there, especially Coimbatore Central Prison has huge trees. At that time, we are just about setting up this yoga center. There are no trees in this land, only 3 trees we had. All this has been planted. Only 3 trees. So when I went into the Coimbatore Central Prison to do the program for the inmates, I saw they had fantastic trees, over 100-year-old. I was just joking with our people, we can give our land to them. We can take this. And anyway, cells are ready. Here also we're building cells only for people to sit and meditate.
Right.
Just fantastic atmosphere, only thing is, you don't have the key in your hand, that's all. Somebody opens the door, somebody closes the door. Usually, the rich and the privileged people want somebody to open their doors and close their doors.
Yes.
It's an imprisonment.
Yeah.
Still they suffer after some time. See, if I put you in a gold-plated prison for some time, if you're a greedy idiot, you will enjoy it.
Right.
Hello? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's all that's happening to people. They're imprisoning themselves and they're enjoying the prison for some time only. Afterwards, you'll see something else will happen. You ask people the first day they got their job, they went and sat there. That table, first day job, you know, that table felt so fantastic. Sitting here behind this, the other guy didn't have the table. You had the table and the chair. You felt so great. But after 10 years, you see them behind the same table. They're getting blood pressure, they get dying of stress, everything happening. Don't let that happen to you in your marriage. Your marriage should stay like it's first day every day, the rest of your life.
I was thinking that it could apply perfectly well to how relationships function. The first day is beautiful.
No, you keep it that way. If you don't live by memory, if you live consciously, every day, every moment is a new day and a new moment, isn't it?
Yes.
If you live by memory,
Then
everything is old.
Yes. I have recently started doing a shaking meditation. You begin with shaking and then dancing and then you sit down and you lie down.
How long can you shake?
It's very difficult past 5 minutes to shake.
That's what.
Yeah.
So 5 minutes a day something, see, this can be done in so many ways. Somebody dances, somebody sings, somebody swims, somebody goes up the mountain.
Right.
Whatever physical activity or anything that you do outside to create an inner experience will enslave you to that activity. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I ate dosa. That was the most wonderful, divine experience in my life. Now I have to keep on eating dosa.
I'm addicted to dosas.
I can see that. Anyway, the thing is, if you use any external activity to create an inner experience, you will get addicted to that process. Doesn't matter what it is. So the whole idea of yogic practices is to bring yourself to a place where you don't have to do anything in particular. If you simply sit here, you're like that. Only then you're free. Otherwise, you're moving from one trap to another. Let's say you moved from alcohol to meditation. Well, it may have some health benefits and other kinds of benefits, but you have moved from one trap to another. Unless this method is constantly releasing you from one little boundary to the next boundary and the next boundary. If it's only one boundary and you stay right there for the rest of your life, it's just the same thing in a different form. Maybe not health-wise, it's not damaging to you, that's a different matter. But I'm saying, in terms of life's growth, it is the same thing. So it's very important that it's progressive.
Right.
It's moving.
Right.
There are people who are saying if you laugh, everything will be okay. If you keep on laughing, believe me, you will go crazy one day. If laughter happens because inside you're exuberant and it just bursts out, fantastic. But I always laugh, ha 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 ha. It'll drive you nuts one day because you're trying to do the consequence instead of the root. It's like this, if I want this tree to grow, I must nourish the root.
Right.
When I was living in a farm at one time, very early on in my life, I was living on farms. So, somebody comes and tells me that they have invented some kind of a spray. That is for the mangoes, because I had a mango garden. I said, if you spray on the mango, mango becomes big and like that. We know always, from my life's experience as a farmer, as a life, if you nourish the root, the fruit will come out well. Now these guys are saying, spray this fruit, that itself will become big. I said, why don't you spray it on your brains and show me? Spray it on your brains, let's see if it becomes big or sparkles better, something like that.
If it's yellower after that. Is prayer and meditation the same thing, or are they different, and if they are, how?
I wouldn't like to comment on prayer because I've never prayed in my life, ever. Because prayer means it's an appeal. Even in the legal process, a prayer means you're appealing for something. I never appealed for anything that came my way, I embraced it the way it is, and it's fine with me. Because I never think that this must happen to me or that must happen to me. Whatever happens to me, I'll make it nice. I'll make it wonderful.
What I'm getting to,
I get it. I know what you're saying. Being prayerful is different from saying a prayer or doing a prayer. Prayer is an act. For different people, it may be different things because people are approaching it with a certain fearful attitude. See, what are the prayers on the planet? Just look at it. 99% of the prayers on the planet is, "Dear God, give me this, give me that, save me, protect me." It is either fear or wanting enhancement. I want promotion in life. Yes or no?
Yes.
So there is nothing spiritual or divine about it. It's just you're trying to outsource your survival process.
Fair.
You're telling somebody, "Please,
Yes.
take care of me. I'm a bad driver. Dear God, be with me when I'm driving. I'm bad at my work. Dear God, be with me when I'm doing this podcast." You did that and came or what? No. Okay.
I forgot about it. It would have gone probably a lot better, right?
So you're trying to enhance yourself, asking for outsourcing thing, or there is fear of, about everything. So protect me, save me. 99% of the prayers are this. Being prayerful means you look up to everything because there is nothing here that you know, really. We do not even know one atom in its entirety, with all the science that we know. We know how to use them, but we don't know what they are.
Yes.
So if you recognize life for what it is, it's too fantastic, so you are prayerful with everything. That's very different. But prayer as an act is different. Or let's put it this way, prayer means you're trying to talk to God. If you believe in God, if there is God in your understanding of life, tell me which is more important, you talking to Him or you listening to Him?
Listening to him.
So just shut up, huh? If you shut up, that's called meditation.
Is there a relationship between spirituality and religion?
See, when you say religion, you are essentially looking towards an authority. It may be God, it may be a guru, it may be your father, it may be a messiah or God's son or whoever. Some authority higher than yourself. And whatever they say becomes your truth. That means authority is the truth. Spiritual process means you're looking for truth. Many authorities have spoken, but you are not willing to bend to those things because for you, truth is the only authority. This is the fundamental difference. Spirituality means truth is the only authority. Religion means authority is the truth. It's your choice. Authority is the truth when you live in surveillance or when you live in fear. And unfortunately, most human beings live in fear. Even if you say God, most of them are not God-loving, they're God-fearing people, right? Because even He beats you up, or does whatever, because He's got lot of torture instruments in His hell. He may put you there and what all He will do, we don't know. So fear is the basis of everything. Spiritual process is not because of fear. There is an intelligence within a human being which can't be quenched. No matter how much you know, there is something which, if you keep yourself in a dynamic mode, there is something within you which will always wonder about what is that, what is that, what is that, endlessly. If you give conscious empowerment to that sense of intelligence within you, you will be naturally spiritual. If you don't teach anybody anything on this planet, let's say all the next generation of children will not be told any stories, nonsensical stories, things that you don't know, you tell your children as if it's ultimate truth. These lies have perpetuated for too long. Things that have not worked in your life, you want to pass it on to the next generation, I think it's some kind of a crime in my opinion. I feel only what's really worked you must tell your children, what's not worked you should banish it. Even if you thought it's very great, even if you thought it came from God Himself, it's not worked for me, what's the point passing it on to you? This much honesty and integrity has not been in human societies. No matter what, we just want to pass it on because that gives us authority. See, if I can talk authoritatively about the geography of heaven, all the younger or children, let's say, will sit there with mouths open and they want to go to that place.
Right.
You are there in your control.
Right.
So is it about control or liberation again? You want people's lives to be liberated or you want it to be controlled? Well, if you're not in control of a few things, see, if you don't know how to control the bicycle that you're riding, you're not going to the destination. That is there, that much control. But it's not about control, it's about going beyond that, isn't it?
Right.
So, essentially, religion springs from this need of security. But let me put it this way. There is no such thing as security in life. Because next moment we can die. Hello? You know, recently I heard Delhi was shaking a little bit, just 4 on the Richter.
Yeah.
If you multiplied that by 2,
That's it.
and it can happen anytime. Hello?
Right.
There or here or anywhere, I'm saying. See, right now, this stone mandapam, the gravity is trying to pull it down right on top of our heads. Is it trying or not?
Yes.
Mother Earth is trying to pull this down upon us and turn this into our grave. So if you sit here, oh my God, this may fall down, then you will start thinking, God, please, don't make it fall down.
Right.
But if you're sensible, you will engineer it little better. But we know there's no guarantee. The best engineered things can still fall. Hello?
Yes.
But if you do things well, it could be quite magical. What somebody thinks is magic is actually engineering, isn't it?
Fair.
Huh?
Yes, sufficiently advanced engineering looks like magic.
All engineering looks like magic. See, if you were here 1,000 years ago and you don't know what is electricity, what is light bulb and all that, only I had a light bulb. You didn't have light bulb. I said, let there be light. And light came. You would think I'm the Messiah or the Son or Himself.
Right.
But today, because you also have a bloody light, problem. If I was the only one who had a light bulb.
King of the world.
Yeah.
Right. You could convince people of anything.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what is magic, what is this, can be done if you understand the process.
Right.
So, when you're very joyful, life feels magical, isn't it? I'm telling you, there is a process. I can teach you a simple process. If you're willing to pay enough attention, a simple process within a few days I can teach you where you can have the magic of life every moment of your life. That your heart is full with joy and your head is sparkling every time. Now, I'm not just saying this from my experience or other people's experience. Now they have mapped the brain.
Right.
That is, when people have… this is something that everybody knows these days because everything is on the WhatsApp and Instagram stuff. Suppose you're thinking of a tiger right now. One part of your brain will flash. You think of an ocean, different part of the brain will splash. For different emotions, for different experiences, different parts of the brain lights up. What they have found after 6 to 8 weeks of practice of Shambhavi, that is part of the inner engineering process, is almost the entire part of the brain is always lit. Large part, most of it is always lit, but they only tested those people who have done for 6 to 12 weeks or something like that. You can have your brain all the time lit. If it's all lit, every damn thing that you see people think is complicated is very simple. You can do just about anything. Every human being is capable of this, but they're controlling themselves and they want to stay in familiar territory and they're staying there successfully.
Is the idea of rebirth and past life real?
So when you say this is my body, this is my mind, obviously you're saying there's something more than these two things, isn't it? Whatever that is. So if there's something more than that, what is the nature of that and what does it do? With body, what does it do? Without body, what does it do? Body has to die because you picked it up, you have to give it back to the earth. Mind is just software, it gets destroyed, all right? So if to gather all this, there must be something more fundamental.
Right.
That fundamental, what is it? Essentially, you're asking what happens after death.
Yes.
Some things you know best only by experience.
To be decided to wait for a while, huh?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, your ability to experience this is at its best when you're alive. You don't do it now, but you want to know what happens after that death. It's a vain question, I'm saying. If you're interested in life, profoundly interested in life, you would naturally look at it. Where can you look? Can you put a hole in the coconut tree and look what is inside life? No.
No.
But you can turn inward and see what is the nature of my existence. That's all one has to do. This is why I said, if we don't teach anything to our children, every human being would be spiritual in nature. Not because of teachings, because it's the nature, intrinsic nature of human intelligence is, it wants to know. The moment you realize you do not know, search happens by itself. But now everybody's got ready-made answers. Where did I come from? I came from God. Where will I go? I'll go to heaven. Standard answers, all right?
Right.
Which just destroying the quest. If you don't tell anything, suppose nobody told you anything, no God, no spirituality, no going up, no going down, would your intelligence not inquire, what is this all about? Will it not?
Yes.
It naturally would. Every human being would inquire. In that, there is spiritual process, because spiritual process means to seek. The moment you say, I'm religious, we refer to you as a believer. The moment you say, I'm spiritual, we refer to you as a seeker. Once you're a believer, you always want to be in a flock. Once you're a seeker, your tendency is you want to be alone. Yes or no? Why do you need the company of people? Because if you believe something and nobody around you believes the same thing, you will feel like an utter fool. You need another 10 people to believe the same thing that I believe. Then only I feel good. If there are 1,000,000 people, I'll feel very comfortable.
Right.
So, as I said, is truth the authority in your life or authority the only truth in your life? This is something you must come to terms with. If you're seeking solace, then you believe something. It's good. But if you're seeking a solution, you have to seek. It's harder. You just believe everything, I'm in God's lap, everything is fine with me. It gives you solace, you'll sleep well tonight. But if you have a question that torments you, you can't sleep, but you break barriers. That's the difference.
I saw a little installation at the welcome point for Miracle of Mind. I wanted to ask you about that. What is Miracle of Mind?
Tell me, is your mind a miracle or not?
After this conversation, it's 1.5 miracles.
The greatest miracle that we know on this planet is human mind, isn't it?
Yes.
Though people are always trying to come up with something, people ask me all kinds, Sadhguru, can you perform a miracle? I tell them, okay, you want a miracle? Say, I'll put my hand in my pocket and pull out a pigeon for you. Miracle enough? Yes, Sadhguru. Okay, I gave you a pigeon, what do you have? You have a bird and I have a shitty pocket. What is the point of this?
Right.
But I can teach you a miracle, that if you sit here, you are full by your own nature, not because of what you do, not because of what you have. You are complete and blissed out by your own nature. This is the miracle that we need on the planet right now. For this miracle, if you do not understand the miraculous nature of your mind, you will never do this. The only misery manufacturing unit that is there on the planet, is it in Gurgaon? No, it's in your mind. That's the only place where it's manufactured. What is a miracle has become misery, source of misery in most people's lives because this is what they have done to it. See, right now, like a phone, everybody is carrying a phone these days and they call it a smartphone. You call somebody smart only if they're smarter than you. Hello? Otherwise, you won't. So if you're calling your phone a smartphone, we know who you are, all right? Now the smartphone, for me, who grew up when there were no phones like this, and we also, when I was building the foundation, so many hundreds of calls I had to make, it was an ordeal to make calls. Somewhere I'm traveling on the highway, then I have once in 15 days or something my phone calling day. I stop, I go to that blue box, metal box with some wire mesh on it. And it's all painted there, STD. No, it doesn't mean sexually transmitted diseases. You know what's STD?
Yes.
Yes.
And the trunk dialing. Yes. I'm from that age, that era. Yes.
STD so much, local call this much, international so much, whatever. I have many calls to make. And I never had a phone book. 600, 700 numbers are in my mind, names and numbers match, never called a wrong number ever. And I know if I go into the booth, I will take 4 or 5 hours to make all these many calls. So first thing I go and give that guy 5,000 rupees. He'll say, why? 5,000 rupees is a lot of money those days. I said, you keep it, man. Keep it, I'm going to make phone calls. He keeps it. And after I do for 30-40 minutes, there are other local people who want to call 50 paisa call. That guy is not interested in that customer.
Right.
So he will take care of them. Otherwise, they'll all gesticulating at me and abusing me from outside because I'm calling. I have hundreds calls to make. And by the time I finish this, my finger is almost broken. I tried this finger, it won't go. I'll try this finger. Because that black phone, cutter, you know.
Right.
Today I'm driving, if I just tell somebody's name, my phone will call. It's a blessing. But some people say they're suffering, that also.
Right.
They're suffering it immensely, they think their phone is driving them crazy. No, what is driving you crazy is this, that you don't know how to drive your mind. Your mind is driving you. Mind is not a good master, but it is the most efficient slave on the planet.
Fair. And so miracle of mind…
Miracle of mind is about that. Just invest 7 minutes a day. This day is yours. Nobody else can decide how this is.
It's an app?
App is a delivery system, it's not the end goal. We want to make sure at least 3 billion people on the planet will close their eyes for a minimum of 7 minutes a day. If this happens, that 3 billion people close their eyes for 7 minutes a day, there will be a miracle on this planet.
This has been an absolute pleasure, Sadhguru.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Namaskaram.